Ari was one of the Congressman's most talented legislative assistants on Capitol Hill and was one of the youngest. I remember being so impressed with Ari's love and passion for politics and pro-Israel advocacy even then, and I was truly inspired by his strong commitment to Israel. Ari and I both became members of AIPAC's Young Leadership Division, and together we attended several AIPAC policy conferences and other Jewish and political events in and around the city. I have seen Ari forge relationships with a number of members of Congress and policymakers in Washington, D.C. Ari's commitment to the U.S.-Israel relationship extends to both sides of the aisle. In addition to his work with AIPAC and Friends of Israel on Capitol Hill, Ari serves on the board of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York and is a major supporter of the Soho Synagogue and Friends of the IDF. It is such a thrill for me to introduce Ari tonight, maybe because I had a hand in helping him get into business school. I basically had a great title with another Jewish organization which gave an air of great responsibility and respect. And so Ari asked me to write one of his college grad school recommendations, and of course the rest is history. It was in the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University, where he graduated with honors, that Ari originally wrote the business plan for the successful company that he runs today, Bunkhorn.com. In the last decade, Ari has successfully built a multi-million-dollar company out of his childhood passion for summer camps. How much work Ari put into tonight's dinner during a hectic time says a lot about who Ari is, his values, and his long-standing devotion and connection to the state of Israel. I mentioned earlier that Ari and I both worked for Congressman Ari Ackerman. Gary was planning on being here tonight, but got detained in Washington, D.C. because of votes. But Ari, the Congressman wanted me to share the following with the audience about you. I am particularly pleased to join you in honoring my dear friend Ari Ackerman, a true mensch and great humanitarian. I have known Ari for more than 15 years. It was in 1994 that a very young Ari Ackerman joined my staff in Washington, D.C. and quickly displayed incredible enthusiasm and innovative ideas. In addition to setting off a nepotism investigation, as I actually have a son named Ari Ackerman too. Now I have two sons named Ari Ackerman. Ari, that is how so many of us here tonight feel about you, that you are a friend who has become family. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring a great friend, Ari Ackerman. Success and honor. Presented to Ari Ackerman, honoree, AIPAC 13th Annual Young Leadership Gala Dinner, June 18, 2009.
Thank you, Todd, for that incredible introduction and for letting everybody know how I cheated my way into business school. I appreciate that very much. I also want to maybe correct a few parts of your introduction in that. First of all, yeah, I'm not related to Gary Ackerman. He has a son, Ari. I actually have an uncle, Gary Ackerman. So it's a nice little connection. And actually, my first introduction to AIPAC was when I was working for Gary. And there was a job opening in AIPAC at the time, and I applied for it. I was very excited potentially about getting this job. But of course, after 3 rounds of interviews, I was rejected from working for them. Now this amazing award over a decade later. So maybe I could have used your recommendation for AIPAC. I also want to thank all of my friends and family who are here tonight, all of you for being here tonight, but especially my friends and family. The love and support you've given me has been amazing, and words really can't describe how incredibly grateful I am to all of you. I truly believe in AIPAC and the vital work that it does. With Hamas still in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and as we heard, the potential Iranian nuclear threat, the vital work this organization does is needed now more than ever. AIPAC not only makes sure that the Israeli agenda is at the forefront of any administration, whether Republican or Democrat, but also ensures that all 535 members of Congress, Senate and House, are educated on the issues that are vital to the Jewish state. AIPAC is a phenomenal organization, and I am incredibly proud to support it. But the real reason I am now and will forever be dedicated to the survival of the state of Israel is, put simply, because I love my family. I'm proud to say that I'm from a family of true Zionists. At my table tonight, there's pure evidence of that if I look around. My grandfather sitting over there is literally one of the founders of the state of Israel, was a former president of UJA. My father sitting next to him led missions to Israel. My aunt and my cousins worked tirelessly on many Jewish organizations. My sister, who is sitting there, makes sure that her children are raised as strong Jews and love Israel very much. But I must say that one person who has been instrumental in making sure that I understand my family tradition and heritage and Klal Yisrael is my mom. Although I am incredibly honored and humbled to receive this award tonight, as many of you know, I do so with a slightly heavy heart, as 2 weeks ago, through emergency surgery, it was discovered that my mom has cancer. But thanks to that video that I see over there right now, that's recording this live, my mom is actually watching us all right now. So, hi Mom. This is the first event I think in my life, I know in my life, that she has missed. So if you just indulge me for 1 second, I just want to speak to her directly and say, over the past few weeks, Mom, you have showed me the definition of strength and courage. The way you wake up every morning ready to fight is an inspiration to everyone around you. And know that as you continue to defeat this enemy, I will be with you every step of the way. Love you, Mom. And I just want to conclude with a story that I like to tell about my beloved grandma, who way back, my sister and I were traveling through the Caribbean with my grandma, and we missed our plane, and so we got the last 3 seats in the plane, and my grandma unfortunately had to sit a few rows behind us. But right before the plane was about to take off, my grandma kept hitting the emergency call button frantically. And the stewardess ran over to where my grandma was sitting and then proceeded to come over to where my sister and I were sitting, and I promise these were the words that she used. I was asked to remind you not to forget your Baba when you get off the plane. So I just want to thank all of you, AIPAC, and everybody here tonight for making sure that I never forget the reason that I will always support Israel. Family. Thank you very much.